Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Beyond the Sewing Room. I'm Diane. So today I thought I'd share with you my latest make, which is a coat for spring. And I did mention in a previous video that a friend had very kindly gifted me this fabric after she got it in a subscription box. Don't know if it was last year or the year before, but this fabric wasn't quite for her and she knew that I'd make good use of it. So I took the fabric on and I've been thinking for a while what to do with it. And then I finally decided it would be really nice to make a coat for spring. Now last year I did think I might make a trench coat. I had a little look, there wasn't quite enough. And also I wasn't sure how much wear I'd get out of that. So I abandoned that plan and put it aside until inspiration struck. Anyway, I decided to make the Kelly Anorak. So this is what I've made with it, and I've done a couple of things. So you can line the Kelly Anorak. It's not lined in the pattern, but loads of people have lined theirs, and I do like to line a coat. I don't like an unlined coat or jacket really. So I've lined mine, but I've also interlined it. So I'll speak a little bit about that in a moment. So I have some images. We've just been away this past weekend and my husband took a couple of me out and about. Unfortunately, it was grey. We did have a few bouts of sunshine, but yeah, grey most of the time. So I'll insert a couple of images of me wearing it out and about. And this is it, and I'm really happy with it. So at first glance I did think, oh, is it going to be too much, because it is just so bright. So it's got all these colours in it: pink, yellow, coral, black, it's sort of a lilac-y blue or a cornflower blue. But yeah, I absolutely love it. So the fabric, the lining, and what I've used for an interlining is all kinds of bits, so I'll explain that. So all of it, apart from these snap fasteners just here, were things that I already had in my stash. So the fabric was gifted. My friend and I, we do this sometimes. She'll pass fabric on to me, and then if I've got some that she might like and that I won't use, I'll pass it on to her. So it's always good to do that with sewing friends, isn't it? Now the zip I had from, I don't know, must have been a coat I was going to make years ago, and I went through all my zips because I have a few, and happened to find one that was 24 inch, is it 24? Yeah, 24 inches long. And on the pattern, it states that you need a 26-inch zipper. So all I did on my pattern was, because I felt it was long enough, the jacket anyway, I took a couple of inches off the length. So a couple of inches off the length, front and back, so that it would fit the zipper that I had and I wouldn't have to buy another one, seeing as I already had one in my stock. So I used a 24-inch zipper and just shortened the jacket by 2 inches. So that's one thing I did to get around that. When I bought the snaps, I didn't want to buy 2 packets just for the case of, I think it was either 1 or 2. I didn't really want 2 at the top anyway, so I've only added 1. There was enough for it all to be cohesive and match up down the front and on the pockets, but the sleeves I wouldn't have enough. But I had a couple of these bronze ones left. So if you look, they're different to the ones on the front, but it's not a million miles away, and it's back here on the sleeve anyway. So I used the ones that I had for that. So I only had to buy 1 box. The cord, I had a black piece and I had a blue piece. So what I've done is I've cut it and then I've joined it really securely at 2 points, so that the bit that's going through the back of the body is a navy blue, and either side where it comes out you've got the black cord. So I didn't have to buy a cord either. I used up 2 pieces that weren't quite long enough to do anything on their own around a jacket, but together, with part of it hidden, we've managed that. So just different things that you can do to make sure that you use up bits and you don't have to go back, because all these little bits extra, when you're making something like a coat, they can really add up. So you've not just got the fabric and the pattern, then you have all the hardware. I already had the eyelets left over in a pack from something else that I'd made once for a work project, so I used those. I do actually think I've got those ones upside down, but I don't think it really matters. They're nice both ways, but yeah, I've got those in. What else? Oh yeah, so the lining I already had. So this lining, and it's quite substantial, which is a good thing inside, because this is not really coat material. I mean, it's probably like suiting fabric, but with interlining and then a good quality lining on the inside, it's made it coat weight. It's got a good weight to it. Even my husband said that when he took it off me to put on the back of a chair the other day while we were out. He said, oh yeah, it's got quite a good weight to it. So yeah, as you can see, it's sort of a reddish colour, sort of a rusty red. And then in certain lights, I don't know if you can see that on camera, it's got a bit of a blue sheen as well. So this was passed on to me a while ago with the fabrics that I was given from somebody whose mother who sewed, who passed away, unfortunately, and she passed on a pile to me, and this was, I don't know if it was last year or a year before now, and I've just used so many of them and shared some with my friend and used them on all kinds of projects, so they've been a real blessing. So this one was a nice good piece for this, and as you can see, I've got the band going over the top of that. Now what I did to interline it, sort of, to make it so that it's a decent weight, because although it's spring here in England now, oh, I'll say spring, yeah, it's just very start of spring, it's still cold. Even in the summer it can be cold, it can be raining and windy and cold, so you're always going to need a jacket of some sort. And another one that I've made that I'll show you in a moment, I put a little bit of lining at the shoulders and on the back in that one, but I still find I probably need to wear something under it on a cool day. So I thought this one, I want it to be a real standalone piece that I don't need to wear a jacket. If I've just got something lightweight underneath, I want to be able to just wear this as a coat. So what I did, so I've got oddments, scraps of sweatshirting fabric and French terry, but they're all sort of odd pieces that I've got left over from work projects, but they're all really good quality, really nice cotton fabrics with a good weight to them, but not quite big enough to do anything unless you're making sort of a patchworky sweater, which I do sometimes. But I went to look at some wadding for this, thinking that would be the one thing that I'd buy, and they didn't have the one that I used once before in my denim quilted jacket. The one that they had was way too expensive. It was something like £22 a metre, and bear in mind that most of this is free apart from the snap studs. Didn't want to be paying that for it, and plus I just felt it was too expensive for what it was, just to go in between the lining and the jacket. So what I did, I used these pieces and I mimicked what I was cutting out. So for the front panels, I cut them out in a lining and then the sweatshirting or French terry fabric. The same with the back and the sleeves, but again in two pieces so that it still really fit the sleeve really nicely and be a good fit. On the front, it's in two pieces here, and on the back you have a yoke. So obviously I didn't cut the yoke piece out, so here look, you can see there's a yoke where it's added on at the back. I'll zoom in a little bit in a moment so you can see better. And on the front also it's got this yoke part. So what I did, I just added the 2 points together on the pattern and just placed them on the lining fabric and cut it out as one, and the same with the sweatshirting fabric. And then, as I said, I cut out 2 pieces for the sleeves, the same as the pieces were for the sleeves and for the lining. And when I added in the sleeves, I made them up first of all, then added in the lining pieces and the additional pieces of, with the sleeves it was the French terry that I used. Made it up fully before joining it to the made up jacket, and then bound round the sleeves on the inside. And the reason I did it that way, it was to make sure that here, where the sleeve meets the body in the jacket, the lining and the interlining and everything just sat exactly how it should, and it wasn't moving around once I was wearing it. So normally I would turn it inside out and then add the lining and pull the sleeve through and everything. Didn't do that with this one. Made up the jacket in its entirety with the cord, look, and the channel for the cord, for the casing, for that. So this was all sort of complete really, with the hood on and everything and the zip, before I even added the sleeves. And I also checked the fit before I added the sleeves as well, and then put them on as my final thing, and then just bound around it. So I've also added a binding, as you can see, at the bottom of the hem. So I've used a black one just there, just to finish that off nicely on the inside. And on the top here, I'll show you closely in a moment, I've used a lavender one that I had just to cover up the seam between the hood and the jacket, because that can be quite bulky, and you did add the hood on once the lining and everything was on. So I didn't want raw edges showing there, so I've added in a binding round there as well. It just gives it a really nice finish. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So the details I do like on this coat, so I've made this before for a work project but not for myself, are the lovely pockets, and just the shape of it and everything, the shape of the hood. I think it's got a really nice look to it with all the details. So you have a zip and you have a stone flap. There's your stone flap. I've got the one thing that I bought, those snap fasteners. This is the bit I hate, is adding on those snap fasteners. So you've almost got your jacket fit or your coat finished. You spent all those hours on it, and then you come to the hair-raising part of adding on those snap fasteners. Because I have had them go wrong in the past, especially with like hammering them on and so on. And you come to put them on and then one gets bent and it's sort of stuck in your fabric and bent and not fully on properly, and you've got a hole in your fabric. Oh, it just brings me out in a sweat, it really does. Because no matter what you do, they go bent. And I know I'm not the only one, because I've heard other people say they had trouble. My friend recently put some snaps on something she was making. Her husband had to help her with the little tool, and then because it just would not go through all the layers. So yeah, I find that a really tricky part. So I'm glad that they went on okay. So the pockets. So I just love these pockets here. They've got this little gusset on just here, and they just all stand so neatly on the side of the jacket. But I've done my best. It's not perfect in places, but I've got these main bits lined up. I've got the yoke bit lined up, the line for the pocket here, the stone flap, and it matches on both sides. And then around the back. So yes, I'm really pleased with it, and I've wore it all weekend while we were away. So I'm hoping this is going to get lots of wear. I think it will, because it's really comfortable to wear as well. So the one that I did previously, you've probably seen this before if you've followed my channel before. I'm going to take that label out. The label looks a bit funny at the moment, but this is the one that I did previously with this lovely art gallery fabrics. This one, so this is just cotton, and it's got a really lightweight lining inside it. I did some interlining on this one, but only in the top bit and the top part of the back. I really feel it needs more. Should have really done the sleeves on this one. This one's got an elasticated cuff and just sort of big square pockets at the front and just a zip. No stone flap or snappers or anything on this one. But we have got these little metal toggles on the hood, and there's a little bit of elastic in the hood on this one. So this was a Birder magazine pattern that I did this one from, and I do love this one too because I love the fabric, I love the art gallery print, so that's really nice. But I just feel I was really pleased with that one when I made it, but I think this one is probably at a better level, probably because the pattern is so in depth, and because of the stone flaps and everything and all the details and the pockets. Sometimes it's better just to take your time, isn't it, and add some detail. So I have made this over a number of sessions. I've kept popping it away, doing my work for the day, and then going back and then doing a little bit more. So I didn't rush this one, just took my time with it, and I enjoyed making it. So I hope that's helpful, and I also hope it will encourage you to use what you have around and have a go at making something like this, but using up lots of things that you already have. So with regards to hardware, threads, so the threads, I used everything that I had to. Bindings, none of the bindings, I didn't buy any extra. That's why the different colours on the bottom and behind the neck, because I wanted to use up as many of the things that I already had as possible. And I think if you were to go out and buy something like this, it would really be quite expensive. And as well as having the enjoyment of sewing, it's also good to know that not only are you using things up that you have, but also that you're getting something really quality at the end of it, and it's not cost you a fortune. So that's always a benefit of sewing. So I thought I'd pop it on now for you so you can see it on as well. Just to bring it in. I always think these cords at the front just give them a little bit more shape when you've got a jacket like this as well. Quite a good size hood as well. Well, I hope that was helpful, and I hope it's inspired you to maybe use something for a coat that you wouldn't have thought of. So maybe a fabric that's a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit brighter, a little bit more out there, and maybe not even a coat in fabric. Like I say, this is probably suiting So you can use all sorts. If you just add layers, it makes them thicker and more substantial. So please let me know how you get on, or if you've done something like this before, and I look forward to reading your comments. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will be back with more sewing content for you soon. Bye for now.